Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of DVD Diaries with Rachel and Ash.
DVD Diaries with Ash and Rachel.
And today we're going to be recapping 2025. What an incredible year of film. Oh, also Happy New Year's Eve, everyone.
Happy New Year's Eve.
We're feeling very festive. I'm hoping you can see we've got a great turnout. Yeah, we're very, very excited. That we made it this far with the podcast, to be honest. It's been going for like 3 months now, which is insane.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
By the time we get to...
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we have done well. Full-time uni students.
Multitasking's been brilliant. Yeah, so this episode we're going to be going through, as it says, we're going to be going through 2025, not all of the films that we've seen, the ones that have been causing a stir. Is like our picks of this year.
Because fun fact, 44,611 films were released in 2025 so far.
And we haven't watched them all.
At date of recording, which I'm going to spoil, is the 25th of November because we have to spoil.
Stop ruining the magic.
I know, I have to ruin the magic because this episode is very statistic based. So.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah. So far.
And we've also picked 2 movies that are our top movies of the year. Mine are K-Pop Demon Hunters and Ash is Sinners.
Yes.
So we'll be talking about those in depth, so stick around to the end if you want to hear about those. But we're going to start off with just some of our picks of the year. Are they in any particular order or not really?
I've done mine
you
by
always put yours in order, haven't you?
Yeah.
I haven't, which is brilliant.
Do you want to go one each?
Yeah, okay. I can't remember when Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy came out. I have a feeling it was around Valentine's Day, and I feel like that's probably my first trip to the cinema of the year. And I went to see it with my mum and dad, and we went into our local cinema, which is shit and really expensive, so we only go there on special occasions.
What cinema is it?
Cineworld.
Oh, God.
It's terrible and really overpriced.
Boo, Cineworld.
Yeah, we do have one that's really local to us, but it's independent, which means that it gets everything like a month late.
Ah, okay.
And we wanted to see it. I think it was like opening day. But anyway, so we went to see Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy, which was another rom-com with Leo Woodall in it. He was really good in this film. It was the 4th installation to the Bridget Jones saga, I believe. And yeah, obviously it's another sequel, so it's annoying that we keep getting so many sequels, but also I'm glad that we finally got to see Bridget Jones in an actual modern setting, because I feel like the early films are so 2000s, like fat phobic, like
I haven't seen, but I can imagine.
Have you not seen Bridget Jones?
I haven't seen any Bridget Jones movie.
Insane from
I
you.
know.
But like the fat phobia is crazy. She's like, oh, I'm so fat, and then she's just like a normal person.
Oh, God.
But I mean, it's just like 2000s crap, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was really nice seeing Bridget Jones taken into a modern setting. She's a single mother. And yeah, and it was really nice because they managed to negotiate the whole, she wants a relationship, but she doesn't need a relationship thing really well. Like it did make me cry. There was a scene where she was just like with her kids and she was like, I don't need anything else than like my kids and my little family that I've made, which is very, very cute. And she's got this like big grown-up job, and I love Bridget Jones because she just, I don't know, she just laughs at herself, and she's never got anything together basically, so she's just like kind of bumbling through life and just like showing up like late to her kids' schools, and like it's just like she's just brilliant. And I think I rated it like 3.5, so I rated it pretty highly. It
lived up to the predecessors for you.
I mean, they'll never be as iconic as the opening 3 because there was such a huge gap in between the 3rd and the 4th. Obviously, everyone's aged an insane amount. They literally brought Hugh Grant back from the death. Like, they literally killed him off in the 3rd film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then at the end of the 3rd film, there was a newspaper clipping that said dead... I can't remember what... Dead reporter or whatever. I can't remember what his job was. Like, found alive.
Why would
picture
they
of
do
Hugh
that?
Grant.
Money.
No, it's because they killed him off because it's just like for the jokes, and then at the end of the 3rd movie they like put the newspaper clipping in saying like, oh no, he's actually alive. So because the whole thing is it's a love triangle between Colin Firth, Hugh Grant and Bridget Jones. I know that's a mixture between actors and like the characters, so they wanted to like keep that alive in case they wanted to do another one, and they did. Okay. Hugh Grant's a funny one because he's the... Have you seen that clip where he's like, I don't like backpacks, I don't like people who breathe too loudly, I don't like...
No,
and it's
but
just
I've
like,
seen him being like a miserable...
Yeah, and everyone laughs at him.
See you next Tuesday.
And,
interviews and things.
But yeah, anyway, he's great, and it's great because Bridget Jones, like, they're still friends. But she just accepts that he's just a horrible, like, he is a great friend, but he's a terrible romantic partner because he's so, like, shit, but good as a friend.
Good for
anyway,
her.
so she, like, figures that out and she gets that, and it's just, like, really nice. And it's a really cute film, and I really, really enjoyed it. And having it on a Valentine's Day release was, like, genius. It was really cute seeing it with my family. And also because it's the kind of thing where my mum saw the Bridget Jones movies when they were coming out, and now we can go together.
Oh yeah, that's cute.
It's really cute. And then my dad just came along. Of course he did. Of course he did.
Lol.
That was
What a
my
great
first
start to
what
the
a
year.
great start. And also I remember when me and John went to see, what did we go to see in the cinema?
John's our housemate, by the way.
I can't remember what we went to see, but I remember going into the bathroom and they'd, like, Bridget Jones the bathroom. They were, like, mad about the boy stickers and, like, cardboard cutouts of, like, Bridget Jones and, like, Hugh Grant. It was so awesome sauce. Okay, that's my first film.
My first trip to the cinema this year, which is probably not true actually, but
Yeah, most definitely not.
one of the ones that I remember is I went to see Mickey 17 at Watershed with some of my friends from my course. Hi Nell, hi Lindy. It was really good. Mickey 17 was Bong Joon-ho. It's his, like, next film after Parasite, and it was really hyped, like, because obviously Parasite is a generational amazing film, and Warner Brothers give Bong Joon-ho, like, a shit ton of money to make his next film because obviously he's the GOAT, like, he's great. And so we're all very excited, and yeah, so, like, the story is about unlikely hero Mickey Barnes finds himself in the extraordinary circumstance of working for an employer who demands the ultimate commitment to the job, to die for a living. So it's basically Mickey...
I know what the plot is.
Yeah, so he, like, dies over and over again for, like, they live on
Yeah.
a ship, I think, in space, and, like, he dies to, you know, do that. It's a really interesting concept based on Mickey 7, the book.
I want to see it.
It's really good.
Because when I went to visit Gabby in Scotland for the Edinburgh Fringe, we were, like, stayed, and, like, she has a massive Mickey 17 poster on her wall, and you remember Gabby?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, Ash loves that film, and Gabby was like, oh really? And then, like, launched into a whole explanation of, like, what it was.
It's really good. I mean, Bong Joon-ho can never go wrong. He is just literally amazing. The like, practical effects, the sets, the actors, like, Robert Pattinson can, like, never go wrong. Naomi Aki, Mark Ruffalo, and Toni Collette, sorry if I'm butchering her name there, they give up standout performances in this role. Like, they are just amazing. Like, but something was missing for me, and I can't put my finger on it.
What did you rate it?
I think I rated it a 3.5, which is 7 out of 10.
It's good.
Which is, it's a really good film.
Yeah.
It's great. I don't know, there's just, like,
missing,
something... I don't know if because I hyped it up in my head too much.
Maybe.
Or because it's after Parasite. I don't know. It was... But then again, what do I know? Less than Bong Joon-ho.
Well,
So-
but, like, what... Can you put your finger on, like, what was missing? Or
I
do you
don't
not
know. Maybe, like, a plot element. I honestly... I need to rewatch it because I watched it, like, when it came out. It came out in March. So it's like...
It's not on streaming anywhere, is it?
It is, I think. My dad watched it the other day, and he phoned me, and he was like, "You didn't tell me how shit Mickey 17 was," because I was telling him to watch it, and he was like, "It was shit," and I was like, "It's not," because he loves Parasite as well, and I was like, "It's not shit. It's really good, actually." Like,
Yeah, it's one of those really annoying examples where it's like, because then when something gets hyped,
yeah,
it's so annoying because then whatever you do next is never going to be.
yeah.
I mean, that's just success, I feel.
I mean,
in
and
general.
it gained 133,347,407 $1,000 at the box office, and it had a budget of 188 million.
It didn't even make a
So-
return.
I don't think so.
Because add on, like, I don't know, like 20 million for marketing and stuff,
Yeah,
probably.
I don't know,
That's
but I don't
terrible.
think it made a return at the box office.
Well, it didn't.
Yeah. If I got my
costs,
figures
like,
wrong,
50
someone
million.
correct me. This is the info I
We've
found online.
tried to be accurate
Yeah,
here, guys.
we
Don't
try as
sue us if
possible,
we're not.
but-
This is just our opinion and our
It's like in
research
the animation
findings.
episode when I said Lego Batman took like 30 years to make, which was just wrong.
Yeah.
We
For
get
full
our
details,
facts
watch that
wrong.
freaking episode, guys. 20 people have seen it. Watch it now. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But Yeah, it was a good. I'm not to say, but like, I do need to rewatch this movie because without this hype being built up.
My next one, I've kind of written it down as a combination of the two because I don't plan on talking about either of them for very long. But one of them is the live action Snow White, which came out in March, and then Lilo and Stitch, which came out later in the year. I want to say like July.
Right.
Saw it with John just after, when I was really poorly. It was just the worst thing I've ever seen.
So you didn't go to the cinema? Was that a conscious decision? I mean, sorry, not sorry.
You
didn't want to support it. Like,
yeah,
that
I really wanted to see it, so I had the right to like whinge about it and like criticize it, which I did, and I did a video essay, and I'm very proud of the video essay. Yeah. But in order to do that, I refused to give my hard-earned money. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really interesting, and I, in every opportunity I have, I'm like writing like essays about like Disney's live actions and stuff. I don't know. The film itself is just terrible. Like, even if you don't look at the drama between like Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, like basically Rachel Zegler's obviously come out in support of like Palestine, and Gal Gadot's literally served in the Israeli army. I think Rachel Zegler is an insanely talented person. She, she's worked so hard, and obviously she deserves every single bit of success she's getting. I'm never going to sit here and be like, she's like, no, I just think, and this is something that me and Gabby, I don't know why I'm bringing up Gabby all the time, but like, this is something me and Gabby agree on, is that one thing that I don't really like her attitude going into Snow White. Obviously the internet like exploded, being like, oh my god, like her attitude like to being Snow White is like disgraceful and disgusting, she doesn't respect the original material, and like obviously people took it way too far. But I think there's definitely something to say about someone coming into a character that means so much to so many who doesn't really care about the character themselves. I don't know, it's just like really interesting seeing people get so defensive about something that no one ever talks about. Like, I don't think I ever see anyone being like, oh my god, like the original Snow White means so much to me ever, but suddenly when someone comes in and wants to put a modern light on it, they're like, oh, I can't believe you went there.
Yeah, and I mean, it is something to say that like she's a young person of colour in the industry as well, and she like, and she
absolutely.
Was literally just like, she wasn't even shitting on Snow White. She was just like, it's a story which has, it's an old story which has weird connotations, and it's a job for me.
So Snow White doesn't, there's an extra 45 minutes of content after she wakes up. And that includes her going to the castle to overthrow the queen in like this weird red cape, and everyone like stands around her. It's like really Handmaid's Tale dystopian crap. I don't know. It wasn't supposed to be. That's what it looks like. The dwarves weren't real people with dwarfism. They were CGI animated, and they were called magical creatures, not dwarves, because apparently we can't do that anymore. What the fuck is that about, by the way? I saw Peter Dinklage say some really, really interesting things about that. His comments were like quite telling, I think.
This movie's like a political mess. Like...
It literally is. It literally is. Like, the prince is in it for literally like 2 seconds. All the animals are like I'm about to say AI. Whoops.
You said AI before.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
I swear I said CGI.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, well, it looks like AI,
build.
and that's not a compliment. I can't remember who the writers of the music were, but they kind of came in and said, yeah, let's give her a power ballad. So she's like, I'm waiting on a wish.
Wow. You know what? I've never seen the movie, but that taster of it. Woo.
But the other one that I've written down with Snow White as well is Lilo and Stitch, which has had the biggest live action Lilo and Stitch, obviously, that came out this year. It's been the biggest opening of the year for the UK. Yeah. And it's really interesting because Snow White was a financial disaster for Disney in every single like possible avenue. Production was a mess. It's lost them like hundreds of millions, Snow White, because it just didn't break even at all. But then you have Lilo and Stitch, which made over $1 billion.
Oh my! Everything I've seen of that movie looks like it sucks. I have a 7-year-old niece. I haven't seen it. And she loves the OG, which for some reason, like every child in the entire world just decided to love Lilo and Stitch pre the live action coming out. Like, every item in Primark has to have Stitch's face on it for some reason currently. And I begged my sister not to take my niece to see the live action Lilo and Stitch. I was like, please do not give this money.
It just looks a bit frightening.
It looks awful. It's like actual crap.
Yeah.
Actual crap.
I don't know. I'm assuming it wasn't a shot by shot reconstruction. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I'm not sure how much changed.
I think they changed the story. It looks like colourless.
Because Snow White, they literally threw out the entire plot.
They make Pleakley, who's one of the aliens. Like, in the animated film, they dress up in, like, bad drag to pretend to be human. And, like, that's the joke. But in the movie, they make them two white guys. They make them, like, change into two white guys. Oh, 1 billion.
Yeah, I know.
That's ridiculous.
Isn't it crazy that movie made as much as Taylor Swift is worth?
Taylor Swift's worth 1 billion.
Yeah, she's a billionaire. Probably more. But isn't that insane?
Gross.
Just to put it in perspective of how successful that movie was. Isn't that
Ew,
crazy,
ew.
guys?
I went to see Final Destination Bloodlines in May. I saw it when it came out. I've seen the first, 5 Final Destination films, and I thought they're good. They get kind of worse. You know, you're never watching a Final Destination scene for the plot. But, here we go. The plot of the movie is, played by a violent reoccurring nightmare, a college student, Stephanie, heads home to track down the one person who may be able to break the cycle and save her family from the grisly demise that inevitably waits them all. In the original Final Destination movie, it's always like a person has a vision of like, oh, this is how I'm gonna die, and then it happens, and then it's like, on a roller coaster, it's like, oh, we need to get off, we're gonna die, and everyone's like, oh, we don't believe you. But in this movie, it's like the granddaughter has the same vision that the grandmother had. And, like, no one actually died, but now, because it's a bloodline, all these people are dying in retrospect, and all the people who should have died, on this day in 1960 at this, opening of a restaurant.
Yeah.
All their, kids and grandkids die, because it's like death wanted them.
Right.
So anyway, I thought it was really good. It's a fun revamp for the franchise with great death scenes, the death scenes were so fun, and a lot of them were shot practically.
Oh, great.
There's this one where this guy gets sucked into an MRI machine by, all of his piercings, start floating up, and a wheelchair hits him in the back, and he, gets sucked into the MRI machine. And it's, so great. I watched it in the cinema.
So great.
On my own, because Rachel didn't want to come with me. And
I stand by that, to be honest.
And everyone was it was the most reactive audience I think I've ever had in a cinema. Everyone was ew, ew. It was, gasping and screaming. It was so fun.
That's so great.
If you want to learn more about practical effects and, the kill count by Dead Meat on YouTube is so fun to watch, because they go through all behind the scenes and things. Oh my god, it's just so fun. So that was a fun May watch, and it did
a fun May watch.
It did pretty well
crazy.
In the box office too. People wanted to see this happen, and so I think they're gonna do other ones now, which honestly I might go and watch in the cinema. It was fun.
Cool bean. Yeah. I'm really annoyed at myself for not putting this in chronological order, but what are you gonna do? So the next one I'm going to talk about, it's not a film, it's a series, and this is the series Adolescence that came onto Netflix. Obviously, Adolescence is such a monumental series. I don't think we've seen a TV series have that much social impact in a really long time. And it's always great seeing something that takes off, that's also technically outstanding and should have all of the attention that you've seen it, haven't you?
No. You guys watched it without me. And you guys watched it on my Netflix account.
I didn't watch it. I watched one episode.
Housemates.
Because I've already seen it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely at, the top of my list to watch.
I can't believe it, man.
I know. I've seen so many behind the scenes and so many videos
insane.
Of the camera
Every
work.
episode in one take, technologically outstanding to say the least. Yeah, absolutely insane. And it's great because obviously that's a huge achievement in itself, but also I feel like it was done for a really good reason. It's so that you feel literally everything that all the characters are feeling, when they're waiting around in the police station, when they just have to stand there, when all of this crap is happening, you literally have to live every single painful moment with them. The camera doesn't just cut away to a time where the narrative's more easy to swallow. Is literally you see. Yeah, it's so in my A-levels, right, deja vu a bit. In my A-levels, something that we had to look at was the social impact. So You know the series about Mr. Bates versus the post office?
No. But
Okay, well, it was a groundbreaking
scandal.
Yeah. So it's basically the impact of a series or films that were based on reality, on the real situation.
Right.
And I'm sure there's a posh word for that I'm not remembering. But basically, with Mr. Bates versus the post office, I can't remember. It racked up millions of views within a day, and then a law passed in Parliament, and now the victims of the whole thing are getting like
compensation.
They're getting compensation. They literally at the Brit Awards, they literally like the survivors like came up and like presented an award and talked about their stories. So that the ITV show that was made about it had huge like implications in like the real life story. And Adolescence is a really interesting example of where that happened again with the like knife crime epidemic that's happening, especially with violence in young people and like why young that's happening and why that's coming from and how easy it is for it to happen. It's literally about a very, very like stereotypical family, nice mum, dad, a bit violent, drink sometimes, but like nothing too aggressive or too violent, just something that's kind of tolerable enough. And how one boy sitting in his room can get his mind so unbelievably twisted by what he's seeing online that he can go out and basically just kill a girl. And it's not about whether he did it or not. That's not the point. They have CCTV footage of him killing the girl. It's not a whodunit. It's he did it.
I need to watch it.
And this is the impact that it's having on his family, like neighbors coming and like spray painting like the family's vans and being like, oh, like disgusting, like you raised a murderer, you're disgusting. Like the implications of that it has at school, people, the mistrust that the police have, the police like just trying to like solve this case, and then like the lawyer coming in. It's just like it's an absolute masterpiece. And
didn't the kid win an Emmy or something?
Yes, I've got stats here.
Please share.
Yeah.
That kid is great, and that's what it goes to show when you hire like
unknown talent.
He had Is he Liverpudlian?
Yeah.
Unknown Liverpudlian kid.
Owen Cooper. He's absolutely insane. I've never seen a child actor be that convincing ever. That literally the best acting performance in a child I've ever seen.
Wow.
It's received 2 NTAs. Was nominated for 9 Emmys. And then did you see Owen Cooper's acceptance speech?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Really powerful.
Did you see him meet Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just cute.
It's so cute because you're seeing a kid literally like live his dream, and like to quote him, he said he was literally nothing like 3 years ago. You know.
I mean, it just goes to show as well. Like, I feel like in 2035, everyone's just recasting like fucking Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie and like, you know, those kind of people in everything. And it's like for the Beatles movie, they like fucking Paul Mescal, and
I know, I was really fuming about that.
Like, cast some unknown Liverpudlian lads.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna get new talent if you keep
I know.
Like reaching into this pool and recycling everyone. It's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
But I need to. Adolescence is like top of my watch list.
Yeah. It's also interesting though, because Adolescence was such a success. You know, it created conversations in Parliament.
Yeah.
But it's also, I think it really speaks to kind of how disgusting human beings are in a way, because it's like, this is fact and truth and something that's happening, but you needed Netflix to make a series about it.
Yeah.
And that, oh my God, you're so right. This is actually a problem because Netflix made a series about it. It's not a problem.
I mean, yeah.
Like I just think it's human empathy shouldn't be that difficult sometimes, that it takes someone to make obviously an insane piece of art about it for a governmental body to finally take action into the issue. I don't know. I mean,
it also shows the impact of film and TV on, society and things like that. Not to get deep about it. But...
No, I know, but it shouldn't have to.
Yeah, no,
it was very irritating. That, I mean, obviously it's great, but it's annoying because the reason why it created those conversations in Parliament is because suddenly mass audiences were becoming aware of these issues, that really aren't, I guess, represented an awful lot in mainstream media. So as soon as the audiences got involved, Parliament was like, oh shit, we should probably like do something about this. I don't know. It's an kind of a little bit sad that that's what it took. But if that's what it took, then that's what it took, and that's what happened. So what are you going to do? At least it happened. Yeah. 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 Incredible. Can't believe you haven't seen it.
I know. Well,
Fuck
I'm going to
you.
move to something really different. I haven't seen this, but I thought it deserved its own section because...
I've seen the frickin' trailer for this a million billion times.
So it's James Gunn's Superman, which was like the blockbuster of the summer, really. Superman, a journalist in Metropolis, embarks on a journey to reconcile his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing as Clark Kent. This had great word of mouth. It's got a 3.9 on Letterboxd. Like, people love this movie. My friends, like Jackson, Izzy, and Mason, and everyone were like, you gotta see this movie, like, it's great. Like, people love the soundtrack, and it was like trending on TikTok for so long, and people just love this movie, and I'm not a big superhero fan.
Maybe we should see it.
I know, it's the highest grossing superhero movie of this year. I thought it was worth mentioning in its own thing, because, like, it was the blockbuster of the summer.
Even if we didn't see it.
Even if we missed out on it.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing, I don't think, but I need to watch it.
Yeah, so the guy hasn't watched Star Wars either. Like last May, when we'd like finished our exams and everything, we went to Cribs Causeway and went to the View, and we watched 2 films each, but they were different films.
Yeah.
So me and our mate John went to see Thunderbolts and Warfare, and you went to see Sinners and...
Final Destination.
I wanted to see Thunderbolts because it had Florence Pugh in it, and I wanted to see Warfare because it had Kit Connor in it, and Noah Centineo, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Thunderbolts was the second one we saw, and it really, by Marvel standards, it flopped.
Really?
Although I thought it was a pretty good film, actually. It didn't deserve to flop. It had a pretty strong opening weekend, but after that it didn't do very well.
I only heard, like, you talking about it.
It was, yeah, and I only knew about it because I love Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It was just a shame because it is why Disney are less likely to make originals. If whenever they do, no one wants to go see them, but they do want to go and see Lilo and Stitch.
The thing is with, like, these Marvel originals is, like, you can't really just go and watch one if you don't know, like, the lore.
No, but you can, because I haven't seen any Marvel. I haven't seen any Marvel films. I understood
watched Black
Thunderbolts.
Widow and I was, like, so confused because they just expect you to know all this, like, lore.
Yeah, okay. I haven't seen Black Widow. I've only seen, I can't remember which Guardians of the Galaxy, and I've seen Thunderbolts.
Really?
That's it, literally.
Yeah, Black Widow's like the predecessor, right? To Thunderbolts,
I assume so.
I think.
But yeah, no, it was good. Like, I did ask John, like, 2 questions, I think, because they kept referencing Yelena's dead sister, and I was like,
yeah,
I just asked him
like,
that. Yeah, but it was like one
lore.
Piece of lore.
Yeah.
And, like, it wasn't crucial to the story. I just wanted to know. It was a no.
Just nosy.
Yeah. Yeah, just nosy. I thought it was a good film, but it's interesting because I remember sitting and be like, oh, I want to rewatch this all the time, but now it's on Disney Plus, I don't. So I feel like maybe I should, and then see how it fares outside of a cinema, because I also think that seeing something in a cinema automatically makes it better.
It was we went on such a nice day, like, sun was shining, no uni. You didn't have to see me for like 6 hours.
Yeah, it was
but you were glad.
Yeah. I wish I'd come with you to see Sinners now, though.
Yeah, well,
stick around to the end of the pod to see what
that was
I
a
mean.
Great double bill for me. Like,
yeah,
that was actually peak idea, even though I was sat in cinema alone.
Yeah. Can I just carry on and do Warfare now I'm here?
Yeah, go on.
And then the first one that we saw before Thunderbolts was Warfare.
Alex Garland's.
Yeah, A24, and. Yeah, and it was good. I think I gave it like 3.5. Like, technically, it was a very good film. But it created really interesting conversations with me and John, like, afterwards. It was really interesting because I was much more fervently defending. So basically, you had the film, and then after the film, there was like a little bit extra where. Like a little bit behind the scenes, if you will,
right? Where
basically it was set, it was based on real life events, and they brought in the soldiers who had the US like veterans who had been in the original event, and they came back onto the set, and the second they did, I suddenly lost all of my like, oh well, you know, like it's really anti-war, because basically all that happens is these like really toxic masculinity bundle of like boys and like older men come into this town, capture a house, and then leave when all of them are like dying of like wounds, and like that's the only thing that happens, and it's so pointless and stupid. And that's the point. They don't do anything. Literally, then nothing happens. All they do is claim a house, and they all die, and then they lose the house. How so much the intervention in like the Middle East is so pointless, and how nothing was achieved.
Yeah.
And it was really good at doing that, and it was really good at, you know, showing like Kit Connor was this like really young, he was a boy, he was 18 years old, and he just came in and he was really scared and he was nervous, but because he was scared and really nervous, everyone was like treating him like shit because he was scared and nervous because he's this 18-year-old boy who's been given a machine gun,
right? And
it was just like this crazy, and it was so gory, and and the sound design was something else. I think I can't remember, but that's the main, what the film bros have been saying about it. The main thing is that the sound design is absolutely unmatched, and in a cinema it's so immersive and insane, but because it was so immersive, I spent most of the time with my fingers in my ears. I literally kid you not. But the point is that I dropped all of that like kind of emotion that had built up the second the veterans came back on set, because it was like a recreation, right? These veterans literally picked up the guns and started acting out what had happened. My God. And I was like, what is going on? Like, you know, because at the end, like, there were these photos and like how all these men had like died of their injuries, and, you know, and the people whose house it was, and like and like, I don't know. And I just thought it somehow managed to do it in a respectful way. And then suddenly when these veterans came back on and they were like pretending to shoot each other, I was like, hello? Hello? Why?
It just makes me think of those images from, like, is it the Iraq War? Like,
are you thinking of Vietnam?
What?
Of the kid on fire?
No, of like US military like butchering and doing horrible things like that. I've seen these pictures and it's just like if the point of the film was that war is a pointless government dick, like countries measuring how big their dicks are by sending their civilians who are undertrained, too young to know what they're doing, to go and die in the name of their country, then that is a film that I would be watching. If it was a film that glorifies the American army and what they did in Iraq, and then film,
for me, it was much more the first one. But I think where it fell short is that, first of all, the only bad that was done by the soldiers was within their cohort. So they didn't really mistreat anybody, any Middle Eastern people, which obviously just, first of all, just isn't accurate at all.
Yeah.
All they did is they broke into this house, and then and there was a family, and they basically made the family sit on the bed with like guns pointed at them, but they didn't physically harm them. They just said, stay there because we're here for a military operation. We're not going to harm you. Just stay put and be quiet, and we'll leave.
Not true.
I just think it was a missed opportunity to try and learn about the people whose house it was. Like, there is a family that's sitting in the back room, but you just don't see them. Like, I think it would have been you basically don't see anyone's perspective who isn't in the US military, and I think that's where the film falls short, basically.
My watch of the summer, so View does this thing where they do Mystery Horror Mondays sometimes, and I went with my friend Tony, and we got some pho at this place in Manchester, and then we were like, ooh, let's do a cheeky little mystery horror film. Ooh, like warm summer's August night. It was great. And we sat down in our seats to a packed cinema, and what came on the screen? Bring Her Back by the Filippo brothers. And this film was just great. It came out in July, and I looked, because I've been wanting to watch, because I loved their film Talk to Me, which is, they had a great feature debut with that, and everyone loved it, and so Bring Her Back was their follow up to that. And the plot is, so following the death of their father, a brother and sister are sent to live with a foster mother, only to learn that she is hiding a terrifying secret. And it's so good and so creepy, and the practical effects are crazy. So basically, like, spoilers, this foster mother, her daughter's died, and then she kidnaps this child and is using, like, this child's soul. Like, this child's soul, her dead daughter's soul is stored inside this child.
Yeah.
And then because this brother and sister come into the house, and the sister is blind, and her daughter was also blind, and because she looks kind of like her, she's trying to put her daughter's soul into this new girl.
Yep.
And it's crazy, but the kid who she kidnapped, who's harbouring the daughter's soul, starts going, like, mental. Like, the soul can't, the body can't handle, like, the soul it's trapped inside of it. And so this kid, like, he's, like, biting tables, and she locks him in rooms, and it's just, like, such a good use of gore. And so Sally Hawkins plays the foster mother in this, and who's called Laura, and she is amazing. She's the mum in Paddington. And
I love her so much.
No,
she's
and because the only thing I've seen her in is Paddington.
I love
and so
her.
And so I think her, like,
Paddington in Peru was
previous
ruined.
work really, because she's a foster mum, you're gonna like her at the beginning. She gets weirder and, like, creepier. It really adds to her character, and it's just so good. And
I really want to look up clips because, like, I can't imagine her like that.
The kid, who's played by Jonah Wren Phillips as Oliver, the child who's storing her, like, daughter's soul. The practical effects are crazy. Like, there's this scene where, like, so the mother has locked him in a room while she's going shopping with this new blind foster daughter, but leaves the older brother at the house. And so he wants to bond with this child, Oliver, so, like, goes to knock on the mum's door, and, like, it's locked. So he picks the lock, and he's like, oh, let me make him some grapefruit, right? He's cutting this grapefruit with this big kitchen knife, and he offers the kid this grapefruit on the knife. Like, this kid ends up he looks away for 2 seconds or something, and then the kid is, like, stabbing himself, with the teeth coming, and it's like craziest practical effects I've ever seen. I've never before been in the cinema. Like, my legs were up on my chest and my hand was over my. I was gasping.
Bro, me watching literally anything that Ash shows me.
I would never show you this. This film was horrific, and it lived up to the name, and I think it was as good as Talk to Me. I know people didn't like it. Not people thought Talk to Me was better, but I loved this movie. I love the effects, I love the horror, I love the story. I think the Filippo brothers are great, and I think they're going to go places. Are you listening?
I am. Yes.
How rude. But yeah, it was great. What a great mystery film to see.
I know. And we just mentioned, like, the Minecraft movie, which grossed over 945 million globally. Didn't see it.
Yeah,
screamed
that was
whenever adverts came on the TV.
I guess.
Like, I literally was, like, screaming whenever, like, I saw it anywhere.
Danielle Brooks, absolute talent wasted on that movie. People start casting her in actual things where she shows her talent, please, because I'm glad she got money from that.
Yeah.
But she is a generational talent that I think is just squalid.
I know. Anyway, we didn't see it. Shocks nobody. Downton Abbey released its final film, its final ever installment, was released in September, and me and my mum and dad went to see it, and it was really good. It's just one of those things where if you get it, you get it, and if you don't, you don't. Like, if you watched it as a standalone movie, you'd, like, hate it. I think Downton Abbey is one of the best TV series that exists. Its reputation isn't as good as it should be, I don't know. And the final scene was so good. I don't know, it basically, it was... I can't even explain it to you, but it was good. It was really good. Made me all cry. Made us all cry. And it's so sad that it's been going for such a long time and it's over. The guy who wrote it, Julian Fellows, he said that he thinks that the Downton Abbey universe has so much more to give. It's just not going to be the family that we know. It'll be, like, maybe earlier generations or something. And I think that could be a really cool, like, concept for them to explore. And I'm excited that they might be able to do that. So it was good. Gave it 3.5. Maybe I gave it higher. I can't remember. It was 3.5 or 4. It probably doesn't deserve 4, but I stand by if I gave it 4. The live action How to Train Your Dragon shot by shot reconstruction of the original grossed 636 million globally. Highest grossing movie in the franchise and second highest grossing live action animation hybrid of all time.
Highest grossing movie in the franchise, that means How to Train Your Dragon 1, 2, 3, the actual animated movies.
Yes.
That's disgusting.
And highest franchise opening weekend record broken.
That's disgusting.
The
animated films are beautiful.
I know. It's because it has all the audiences of the original.
Not me.
Not
me.
Yeah.
And that's what I made my sister not take my niece to as well.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. My main problem is that it's, not paying the original creators who came up with the shots and the concept in the first place, and it's just
disgusting.
Maximizing their work. Anyway, and then the last two that I have is the F1 movie, which I went to see with Yaz when she came around in the summer, and I dragged her to it because it was the new Brad Pitt film, and I like Brad Pitt, so I wanted to see it. Hey, Brad Pitt. And we went in, and the soundtrack has had me gagged since I saw it. I think I listened to at least one song from the soundtrack every single day, and I am not
and don't
kidding.
I hear you sing it?
Every day. Like, so good. The soundtrack is absolutely insane. It grossed 631 million. It's the highest grossing film of Brad Pitt's career. So, most successful Apple movie in cinemas. There's a sequel in the works. The soundtrack is insane.
Personally, I can vouch for Rachel Faye over here. Right,
So
we don't need everyone can believe you.
Everyone
Everyone will believe you.
Do you want me to rap the whole thing?
No, nobody wants that. Trust.
Okay, yeah, and it was a
Stroke.
yeah, it was a really, really good film. I don't know anything about F1, and it got me vaguely interested. The F1 was happening. We were in Budapest in the summer, and it happened to be F1 weekend, and it was really cool because we were just like at this like monument, and then it was F1 morning, and the drivers were coming past us in these huge cars and like police escorts, and I was like, oh my god, there's people who are trying to be Brad Pitt. Like, I don't know anything about F1, so I was like, is Brad Pitt here? Like, I don't know.
Oh god.
Anyway, but yeah, so it was really interesting. I don't know anything about the sport, so it was quite interesting seeing modern day like how it works, and but yeah, it was one of those stories where it's just like the typical like guy gets girl, like tries once, fails, succeeds, runs off into the sunset.
Okay.
Literally the plot, but like sometimes that's quite nice. Like, I don't know, it's just like a bit of fun. Nothing like too serious going on. But also it's disappointing to be 2025 and for there to be like one or two female characters and one of them to be there. I get it because there are no women. There are really very, very few women in men's F1. It's such a male-dominated field. So I get it. But also, I doubt the women in F1 are sleeping with the drivers. Hello?
Yeah, no.
Like, come on. And it's just like, we shouldn't be sitting in 2025 and still be like trying to beg for scraps in Brad Pitt's like blockbuster movies. Like, please, come on. It was just like, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating in this freaking day and age for still to be a problem. But I guess like if you kind of set that aside, it's just a bit of fun.
Just a bit of fun.
But you can't really set those issues aside. So anyway, that was F1.
Speaking of just a bit of fun, I watched Together by Michael Shanks, which came out in August. I had a very horror-full year. It's been a good year for horror. So I didn't watch this in the cinema, even though it came out in August, because I'd heard about a lawsuit which happened between Neon and Michael Shanks. So according to the lawsuit, the casting director working on behalf of Studio Fest approached Dave Franco and Alison Brie's agents at WME Entertainment in 2020 with a script for Better Half, hoping to cast them in the film, and they passed on the opportunity. And so the guy who wrote and directed Better Half, which couldn't get picked up, or like he pitched it to Neon or something, or Franco and Brie, but like, so he basically said they stole his whole idea. Like, they said they stole his whole script and whole idea, But Michael Shanks absolutely refuses in the whole lawsuit, and so he says he described the accusation as well deeply upsetting and entirely untrue, saying the film is rooted in his own experience and something that was developed over several years. So I have no idea who's right and who's wrong.
I hate this, like this he said, she said thing.
Yeah, and so I didn't want to give my money to it anyway, and I'm kind of glad I didn't because it wasn't the best movie in the world. I thought Franco and Brie, obviously they're a couple on screen and off screen, so they had chemistry, but it wasn't. It's one of those films where if it was gay, I'd be all over it. Like, it's like two people who love each other so much that they want to be inside each other's skin. But Dave Franco's character is kind of like a man-child the whole way, halfway through, and so he can't. He turns over a new leaf, and now they want to be like inside each other's skin, and they're literally, there's a scene where they're inside each other's skin.
So that's a scene in Queer.
Took the words out of my mouth. And where did I see this? Not a year prior, but done so much better. Luca Guadagnino's 2024 Queer. If you want to see this movie, watch Queer instead. I literally wrote in my notes, I wish people would have gone to see Queer like people went to see this movie.
I can't believe I picked that up from what you were saying. I didn't even know. Like, I can see it in your notes now, but I didn't see it before. I'm such a film bro, guys. Yeah.
And they, literally, to me, never had the level of intimacy to want to be inside each other's skin, because I think that's such a powerful image, and one that I'd, want to see, and it was in this film. I can't find a picture of it to show Rachel, but I'll show her later. Insert it on the screen, please, Rachel.
What am I setting on screen?
I'll screenshot and send it to you. Like the scene where they're inside each other's skin. Do a side by side comparison with Queer, and it was good. It wasn't great. I'm glad I didn't pay money to go and see it, but I thought the cinematography was really good. Practical effects were good, which I feel like I'm saying a lot, but these things I do like. And
we got one film each now before we finish this segment of the episode.
So we get into our favourites of the year.
Yeah, the last film that I'm going to be talking about is Wicked for Good, which came out not but a week ago as the time of filming, and I'm sure the stats will change and go up. Literally, it's such a fresh release, it's impossible to...
They're probably going up as we speak.
Yeah, it's impossible to decipher what on earth is going on. I hate to think about how much that film has made today. But it's already made about 200 million globally, which is crazy considering opening weekend has literally just happened. I didn't like it. Sue me. I thought the first one was pretty good. So I don't really know what happened with the second one. Which is kind of sad. I don't know, it was my $8.99 and I went and didn't really like it. So, and I think that's for that kid. It's for a lot of reasons. I kind of think, just aside from the press tour and everything, which I think is the only thing it's done is put me off. We're just trying to leave that outside the cinema.
Goddamn press tour.
Yeah, just that. Leave me alone. Go away. Just leaving that aside, because at the end of the day, we're looking at the film here, not the crap that's been going on alongside it. They just managed to really butcher some of my favorite songs, and in a very strange way. Why was Elphaba wearing those weird shorties? Why was As Long As Your Mind turned into a weird sex scene? What is going on? Why is Elphaba living in a hobbit hole? Interesting. And it was weird because there were moments where obviously I can appreciate there was they cooked. Sometimes insert picture here.
Yeah, camera just died, guys.
Again. Oh, this means I can...
It's not our fault we charge it. Probably.
Well, some of us try.
Hopefully Santa has been to visit Rachel this year.
Hopefully, as you're watching this, Rachel is currently fiddling around with her new toy that Santa's brought her.
We're trying. We're trying. Best.
There were some good moments of cinematography in there. Every now and again, I'd be like, "Oh my god, that is such a beautiful shot! That's really nice." I can see, at the end, I'm a film bro. I can appreciate, when it's the final duet and Ariana Grande singing with the green wall in the background, and I can appreciate it when frickin' Cynthia Erivo's singing into the pink sunset. I can appreciate that. I like some color imagery. As much as the next guy.
Apparently the colour grading sucks too.
The colour grading sucks, but some of the composition is quite nice. The colour grading sucks. And I literally And that's I think I gave the first one 4.5. I gave it so high. So high.
Really?
Because I thought the music was elevated. Obviously not going to be as good as the stage show, but I still thought the additions that they made were great. And I thought the way they'd, like, portrayed the plot was great. And I thought they'd thrown so much money into it, but that's kind of what it needed, and they obviously spent it in a very good way. And the only reason I did not give it 5 was because the color grading was so freaking shit. I think it was grading was equally as bad as this one.
I mean,
but
you
this
see
time
like pictures from behind the scenes where the practical set that they built is really colourful.
it's really gorgeous
compared to stills from the movie where they just like washed out the colour.
The
It's like, what
photos
is the
that
point of
Cynthia
having
Erivo
this, like,
and Ariana
colourful
Grande have been
sets?
posting on Instagram are so much more colourful, beautiful, and more vibrant than the movie that we got. And it's just like, what was that about? And it's just, anyway, it's stupid, whatever. What a terrible choice. But I don't know, this film, I felt it fell apart in the plot, which is crazy. It was the longest movie literally ever. The runtime was insane. I'll put it on the screen. I can't remember exactly. It's a crazy runtime, considering it's literally just the second act of Wicked. How the hell have you added in that much runtime and literally not done that much to the
How long's
plot?
the original play?
3 hours maximum?
Really?
And the movies combined must be about 5? 4.5? 5?
Damn.
It's just like crazy. It's like, and then the first one, I think that's where the first one fell short for me as well, a little bit, is that they added so much to the runtime, yet I felt we hadn't fleshed out any of the characters, found out anything new. All we done is add in a few more lines of dialogue that nobody asked for. And I think that's kind of what they did with the second one. But I can't explain it other than the plot just like fell apart for me. And I'm very lucky that I live very close to the West End in London. I've seen Wicked many a time. I studied it in GCSE music, and I am a huge musicals fan. You cannot get me out of like theatre. I know what I'm talking about here, and it's so annoying when what should be the best crossover of my life, freaking like Wicked, Stephen Schwartz genius, hello, crossover with like John M. Chu, who has done some really good work, crossover into like this huge massive blockbuster that is being one of the biggest openings of the year. That should be great, getting people to see musical theatre, getting people to appreciate really, really good musical theatre. But no, all I get is this freaking washed out disgusting thing, and we have Ariana Grande doe-eyed throughout the entire thing,
Looking like, bro.
No, we can't. We're not discussing that.
Ozempic epidemic in Hollywood.
I forget the camera's died. I was like, why is Bumper Clut lying like that? Yeah, I don't know. And I think I kind of want to talk about it more in depth at some point, because I know I'm not articulating myself very well. I think my review literally just says John M2 step away from my favorite musical, because like at the time that's really all I could think to. I don't know. It's just disappointing because I just don't know how, for me, the plot just fumbled. How am I confused when I know Wicked like the back of my hand? You know what I mean? Like, they managed to confuse me, and that's just a complete disaster. I don't know.
Yeah, watch the Glee episode instead.
Absolutely not. No. If you can, go and see it on stage. Frickin' hell.
I know nothing about Wicked, but...
Or musical theatre,
I
really.
trust you. Whoa.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So, a film that I am going to see, hopefully Friday,
I could end in a really shit clip of you talking about it.
Day of premiere. I will be there and be square for Pillon, Harry Lighton's new film. Woo! So, the description is, a timid man is swept off his feet when an enigmatic, impossibly handsome biker takes him on as his submissive. I have never been more gassed for a film. That is not true, but like... I'm so excited for a film because I'm really... One of my hyperfixations at the moment is kink, like, culture and how that relates to gay culture and things like that. And so it's really exciting whenever, like, films come out like... yes, it is two white gay men. Would I like to, and they're both skinny, would I like more representation in it? Yes, but, a win is a win, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta take it.
It looks great. It won prize at Cannes. It won the 2025 winner of the Unregard Screenplay Prize. Harry Lighton won that at Cannes. It's one of those BFI awards and was nominated for loads of BFI awards. The marketing and trailer looks great. Alexander Skarsgård looked fit. And the BFI red carpet was amazing. They invited loads of like different like kink and fetish people. I showed Rachel like guys in gear and stuff to the carpet, And it's just nice
Yeah,
that
it was
they're
so cool.
celebrating it. I'm so excited to see it. I hope it doesn't disappoint me.
Yeah,
I'm going
me
to see it at
too.
Watershed as well.
Yeah.
It'll be a really cool environment because
Yeah.
Watershed's sick.
Yeah.
So, yeah, stay tuned for my Letterboxd review.
Yeah.
Put it on the screen, Rachel, if I wrote one.
It was kind of funny because you showed me the trailer, and then I saw a trailer again when I was in the cinema. It might have even been for Wicked. No, it can't have been. But it was funny because you showed me, or maybe it was just the normal trailer because it had to be like suitable for all.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. They were obviously trying to show that it was like quite graphic, but they weren't allowed to show how graphic it was.
That's what I like about the trailer.
It was very funny. I literally remember where we were on the bus route as well when you showed me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I remember being like, that's funny.
Because that's how you know it's going to be good. When they can't show you things and But
there's the other thing. I feel like recently I've seen some really terrible trailers. Do you know? Can you kind of like? I thought the Wicked trailer. I know this is not technically this year. Last year, I thought the Wicked trailer was absolutely terrible because I went in thinking this is going to be awful, and then I went in. It was actually a really good film, and I was like, "What was the trailer about?" And I haven't seen it in a while, so maybe I was wrong. But I do think that whenever I just think I don't know. Somehow recently, trailers have really put me off the films I want to see. I usually see them anyway, and then I'm like, that trailer was bad.
I think that's less true for like indie cinema, but yeah, a lot of trailers do put me off.
Sure. But I usually only watch the trailers and mainstream stuff.
I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't been to the cinema in a while to watch like a film that's come out. I've been.
Should I come and see Wicked? Yeah.
No, I'm alright. And so I just thought as well, coming to a close of this recap, I just thought I'd quickly mention.
Whips up like a 10 bullet points.
I'm not gonna talk about these because I don't know. I haven't seen them and I don't really have massive opinions on them. But I just thought I'd run through. So, honourable mentions that came out this year. May I mention this is in American and British cinema? I know we're not going into a lot of bless you Bollywood and I don't know other countries around the world. I do apologise, but. Weapons, Materialist, Begonia, Eddington, The Phoenician Scheme, Jurassic World Rebirth, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, Companion, Freaky or Friday, Novocaine, Black Phone 2, Die My Love, Now You See Me 3, and Him. There's some of the hits. And then I wrote down some of the worst films I've seen this year too. So, God.
Yeah.
That Netflix...
Unknown Number
show that came
Catfish.
out called Unknown Number High School Catfish.
I don't know if you got that, but it's Unknown Number High School Catfish.
No, but it's Unknown
No, but it's Unknown Number High School Catfish. Oh, right, sorry, I didn't quite
we watched this all together in our living room at uni.
I didn't.
And it just was bad. The story was good, but it was badly presented. It was such a weird documentary.
It was very odd. I literally remember watching it.
So strangely shot. So strangely, pinning these, and it was because it's oh, who did it? But it was pinning these kids.
Yeah, it was so weird. The narrative was so messed up. It was it was this 14-year-old girl, and then turns out, and then I just felt that the producers, when they interviewed the mom, who's off the rails, been literally bullying her daughter, telling her daughter to off herself for years and years and years, stalking, crazy scenes, crazy stuff.
She's in jail.
Yeah, as she freaking should be. That's crazy behavior. The producer, I can't even remember what the details are, but she basically sits there and she doesn't take any accountability for what she's done. And she's like, oh, I just love my daughter so much. And then the producer, instead of probing with actual freaking journalistic questions and trying to get to the crux of what on earth is going on, trying to get some accountability out of this lady, the producer just sits there, and this is right at the end as well. Yeah. We really don't get much of this. It's literally such an afterthought.
So, my favourite film that I saw this year, and I actually saw it in the film bloody twice. So as I mentioned before, when I went to go see the double bill in May, I watched Sinners then, was absolutely blown away, taken aback. So thought it was so good that when I went back to Manchester, I said to my mum, listen, we got to go to the cinema. I was like, well, it's still there, we got to go. And the theatre was still packed when I went in Manchester, even though it was a month after release or something stupid. Oh my god, and it's actually just one of the best films of the flipping year, and I'm going to do that annoying thing you hate, because we watched it like how many days ago? 2, 3? Way too long ago, and we haven't spoken to each other about it because I bought the DVD and we watched it with our housemates. And Rachel, please tell me, how do you feel?
It was such a good film, bro. I was like genuinely blown away. You know when when like something's really good, or just when people like do this, like have their like mouths open, like jaw drops. That happened to me. I think I can say for the first time without me consciously. Like it's just what my body reaction was.
Wow.
I literally, it wasn't like a conscious me being like, oh, I should probably like open my mouth so Ash knows that I'm enjoying it or whatever. That sounds weird, but like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I do.
Like, it was like
natural reaction.
It was so crazy. And it also, I was trying to explain it to my parents the other day on a call, being like, guys, I've watched this new film. It's like low-key really good. And
low-key is
it's
kind of
low-key the best thing I've ever seen.
Low-key changed my life.
Yeah. And it's you can't explain it, and I don't know, and it just, to me, it just sounds, and you probably disagree because I know you love vampire stuff, but it just sounds like it shouldn't be a good film.
No, vampires can be cringe.
Like a bunch of like vampires, like, and it's just like music and like I don't know. It just sounds like it shouldn't be good, but it's just like one of the best things like ever. So it's kind of insane, and it's
amazing.
I don't know. The sound design is like really, really cool, and this obviously the cinematography and everything is just like gorgeous. I don't know. I loved how when you were in one scene, you were hearing like sound of another. So like when I've just written, because this is before I knew their names, I wrote sound design when harmonica guy tells his story, and then you like hear the mob, and there's like that lynching story, and you hear like, you can literally like hear the mob and like hear the lynching as he's telling the story.
So powerful.
Yeah, and also they were like it was written really, really well as well. Like there were lines where there's just like there's just power. It's an insane line.
Ryan Coogler wrote this movie in 2 months.
That's crazy.
He had a crazy turnaround. He had to like produce it in 2 months, and he did it, and everyone was like, I can't believe I don't know how he did that.
No, me neither.
Like from scratch.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The music, obviously the music's like absolutely insane. Yeah, I've literally just written music like again and again, like with fun stars around it, because it's like so good. I honestly didn't write that much because I was
engrossed,
gobsmacked, like genuinely. Yeah, audibly gasped when the singing voice like came in, like when it in like the barn dance.
Yeah, that is one of the I Lied to You surrealism scene is one of my favorite scenes in cinema, I think, ever. I put Sinners in my top 4. I've changed it.
As you should, to be honest. I don't know who you're listening.
The aspect ratio changes from like IMAX film, and when he begins singing "I Lied to You," Miles Catton, the preacher boy, and the camera's like spinning around him, the aspect ratio grows in the cinema, bro. It was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Like how loud it was. It like shook my seat. I was like, my eyes were glued.
Yeah, it's another concept that I thought was really interesting. I've just written down some quotes like magic is what we do, and also the concept that blues wasn't like forced on like black people in America, like so many things, like religion.
Yeah, it says like blues wasn't forced on us like that religion.
Yeah, like it's the spirits from like past, present, and future. Like it's, and obviously I completely agree with you actually about the scene being one of the best scenes in like cinema ever. Like when all of their different like ancestors and then their descendants all come and like dance together around the same like heartbeat that is the same music, even if it's developed in different directions through different time periods. I don't know, it was really, really powerful.
And how like the Chow's ancestors were included.
Yeah.
In
like
when
everyone.
They're dancing together.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was so powerful.
So gorgeous.
It's kind of funny because you can see where I had half a thought and then I just like stopped writing.
Yeah.
Like I've written the scene in the house and then just haven't finished the thought, which is brilliant. I just said gags. My jaw literally dropped. And I've just written down some quotes. We heal our people. I've written down pale moon because I thought that was really clever. And I just written down embracing all American roots with the Irish dancing. And I just think it's so interesting because it's literally the epitome of like America is literally made up of like immigrants, and you know, with the vampires outside doing like the Irish dancing, and then you have like you have like the
Bow chat,
like
the...
all the different cultures all coming together and like this beautiful like cacophony of sound. It's like gorgeous.
Well, it's like so Chinese people came over to work on the cotton fields when the plantation owners couldn't rely on slaves anymore. But because of the conditions and pay didn't last very long. So a lot of these Chinese immigrants who came over like opened small grocery stores that in Delta, Mississippi, like 70% of the population got their groceries from them. So like, and that long shot of like their daughter Lisa walking from like the black quote side of the street to the white side of the street in that like beautiful long take. Like they don't say like how the high street is separated by race. It's shown in this long take and how these Chinese people can straddle like that like race line in their community and work in the white and the black store serving the community. Is like Ryan Coogler is actually a genius. Like this film and so Dolly Lee, sorry I forgot to mention, but Dolly Lee was the consultant like historian consultant for like these Chinese immigrants in the Mississippi Delta area, and like Ryan Coogler brought her onto set to like make sure everything was accurate, and it's just so cool. This film was projected to open at $30 to $40 million in theaters in the US and opening weekend, but ended up making $48 million and marked the best start to an opening film since 2019 with Jordan Peele's Us.
What do you mean best start to
like
film?
Best like opening, like I don't know. I don't know what I mean. This is what I found. Best start to an opening film. I think it's
like a new film.
I think like original film since Jordan Peele's Us, which I love that they're like both black horror as well. Oh. And it's the highest grossing original horror film of all time.
That's crazy.
And doesn't it fucking deserve every penny? That's why I went twice to the cinema as well.
I really want to
take my money. I bought the most expensive seat. Take my money.
Yeah, I don't really watch that much horror. But it was so good.
It's like more than just horror. Like it's not really that horrific. It's not scary and it is a horror, but like
I don't really know. I literally know nothing about the genre. All I know is that I really enjoyed it, and I felt that it wasn't really a horror film. I love like historical film. So that was like a really cool crossover for me.
Like immediately after we watched Sinners on DVD, we started watching the behind the scenes videos on YouTube and like how they shot like Michael B. Jordan as the twins and the practical effects and like like the work that went into like especially making like Michael B. Jordan like twins.
I know.
Was insane. Like the new technology that they had and the fact that like they built this Halo rig which had loads of different cameras which captured like the facial performance of Michael B. Jordan so they could like put it onto the body double's like face. And like the fact that Michael B. Jordan is such a great actor that he can act when this like 24 or something, like little cameras are like pointing at his face and he can give a good performance. Like, and
the special effects guy was so cool. He was just like, he just kind of like chatting around like he's just this ordinary guy, and then he's like doing these insane like sculptures of everyone's faces. And
Miles Catton, who plays Sammy, Preacher Boy, gives one of the most, if not the most powerful introductory performances I've ever seen. This is his first role.
What?
First role.
No.
Yes.
Is that him singing? Surely not.
Yes.
Oh, really?
That is him singing. Ryan Coogler said something like, he sent in the audition tape and he didn't even turn on a light in his bedroom to like show it was just his voice. And Ryan Coogler was like, I kind of loved that. Like, the first role ever, him singing.
Didn't even turn the light on. It's crazy.
And I need like the vinyl. Oh. Ludwig Göransson's score.
I was listening to it the other day. I had like a day, like last Sunday, I was working from like 10 till 7 on this stupid report we have to do. And I, halfway through the day, I was like really running out of steam. So I started listening to the Sinners soundtrack and I had to stop working because I was just like,
Just absolutely busting
yeah,
the move.
I was, yeah, I had to stop because it was so good. Yeah.
And like many of the musical performances were performed live on set, acting alongside blues musicians. So like, they were actually playing music well, and I think that you can so see that in the film. Like people are moving, and I would not get any work done on that set if there was actual music happening. I would literally looking forward to whatever Ryan Coogler does next.
Yeah.
Like I think he's amazing.
Yeah, he seems like a cool guy.
Like a cool guy.
I also love that the cast is kind of huge besides Michael B. Jordan. Like, I feel like there are lots and lots of like principal, like all the people like stuck in the house.
Yeah.
Lots of principal characters.
Oh my god, what's her name? Who plays Annie? She's amazing. She's a British actress.
Oh
and
yeah,
she gives
there were
my
lots
favorite...
of British actresses in this.
Yeah,
I
apart from
that.
Mars Catton, she gives one like my favorite performance. I've never seen a film like it.
No, it's completely unique. I've no idea what that.
When my
from.
mum was watching it in the cinema with me, she turned to me during the this movie takes like 45 minutes introducing the characters in the setting, and she turned to me during it and she literally went like, "Oh, this is so boring. Nothing's happening." Like in the cinema during the film, and I had to be like, "Just wait." And then the film ended, and I was bawling, crying, like actually like body shaking, crying, and my mum was like, "Oh yeah, it was good." And then she was like, "Oh, I've been to work and I've told everyone about that Sinners. It was really good." And then it become a few weeks later, she was lying in my bed. She woke me up in the morning. She lied in my bed and was like, "Can you play that scene for me? That Barnes, the scene in the thing where, Preacher Boy's singing." And she loves it and she tells everyone about it now. And I'm like, "Yep. Aww. How about them apples?"
So sweet.
Oh. And she wants me to show her the DVD when I come back home. Like, yeah.
Oh, what a cutie patootie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go see Sinners, everyone.
Go see Sinners. I wish I could see it in the cinema. It was kind of funny, actually, because when we were watching it, I kept hiding behind my DVD diary. And every now and again, like, I so know when the camera isn't on, but like every now and again, Ash just kept like turning to me and just like pushing the diary down. You did it like 3 times.
Yeah. Because Rachel got like scared because she forgot it was a vampire film where Remake comes into like the KKK member's house, and she thought she was gonna like murder them or something. Like you forgot it was a vampire film, and John had to be like,
I completely forgot.
John to be like, he's alive, he's gonna become a vampire, and Rachel was like, oh.
Just like that. I was like, oh my god, I forgot about that because it's not a vampire film until it gets to that scene. There is like no like, I feel like it comes out of nowhere a little bit.
Yeah, which so does the vampires. So
we're losing intentional, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
How about your favourite film,
My
Rachel,
favourite
which is
film.
a bit supernatural too?
Yeah, my favourite film was K-Pop Demon Hunters.
Ooh,
Such a
beautiful.
Yeah, K-Pop Demon Hunters, such a unprecedented success, I feel. I was talking to our professor about it today. It was produced by Sony Pictures and Netflix in partnership, and obviously it's so interesting because it came out on Netflix first, became a hit on Netflix, and then went into cinemas. It's like rearranging the value chain, so that's quite interesting.
The value chain is like changed.
Yes. Estimated budget of 100 million, which I feel like isn't that much. Impressively, its budget is the same as Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which is interesting. Sony Animation are popping off at the minute. They're doing some really amazing stuff.
I wish they'd. Yeah, I'm anxiously awaiting the next Spider-Verse movie.
I know.
Anxiously.
Me also. Most watched film ever on Netflix history, with over 325 million views in its first 91 days.
I'm literally not so. Kids are obsessed with this movie.
I kind of hate that, to be honest, because I feel like it diminishes how much I like it, because all these kids like it too.
My niece is obsessed with this film, like crazy.
It's kind of annoying, because I'm like, oh, this is such a good film that you critical levels, and then you're like, my anyone who's likes it too. And it's like, oh my god. And then I go to work, I work with kids, and they're all like singing the songs. I'm like, everyone be quiet. It's actually really good.
No, you don't get on the level that I do. Children, sit together, and I'm going to teach you about the value chain and the cinematography of this golden scene.
Yeah, and then these kids don't listen to me. It's so annoying.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
It's so much fun to talk to. Yeah. The single from the soundtrack, Golden, is claimed the top spot on Billboard's global charts for 15 weeks.
Bro.
Not non-consecutive, but 15 weeks nonetheless.
Ain't that good?
Yes, it is.
The Golden isn't that good.
No.
I like the song at the end.
What it sounds like.
Yeah.
That is
I
my
think that's way
favourite from the
better than
entire
Golden.
soundtrack. We've been doing this for like 3 hours on end now, so we're getting a little bit insane.
Getting a bit loopy.
Just bear with us. The movie was so successful it helped raise Netflix's annual revenue by 17%, according to the New York Times. Which Netflix, guys, one of the biggest freaking crazy ass conglomerates out there. Netflix, the biggest like streaming platform in the world by a long way. Crazy stuff. So yeah, like I've written down just some boring distribution stuff because I find it quite interesting. So obviously, like Netflix secured the distribution rights in 2021 during like COVID because no one knew what else was going on, and then it was released on the platform in June 2025. But it's raised some really interesting like things about like when we're like taking risks with like bold new like animation is the place for it to go straight onto streaming, and then if it picks up an audience, then put it into cinemas. It's raising, especially with like film musicals as well, like animated musicals. It's a very interesting discussion. And after it was released on Netflix, a theatrical sing-along release was announced and generated 18 million on its very first weekend. And I didn't see it because it was, when I say limited, it was very limited. It was coming nowhere near Bristol, which was annoying. Although I don't think I really want to go to a sing-along event. That sounds terrible. Yeah, it sounds like a bunch of 7-year-old nieces. Yeah. You're like,
bro, when it comes on in the car, like I hadn't seen it when I was back in Manchester, and she like it was over the summer and I hadn't seen it, and like Golden came on in the car on the radio, and she like gave me a side eye, and then I sat next to her and she gave me a side eye, and I was like, I haven't seen it yet. My friends are telling me to watch it, and she was like, I see a little smile on your face. You want to sing? And I was like, I haven't seen it, but it sounds good. Like you can sing.
I was a ghost. I was alone.
Ha. Yeah, the songs are good. It was busting.
No,
I understand why the kids
the
like
soundtrack
it.
is really good.
These days, like,
No, it is really good, and it's kind of like Frozen, where it's actually a really good film, and then the kids get hold of it, and it's like, oh, please, it's actually like a good film, guys. Come on. I mean, I know we were the kids back in the day. We were the kids, but like now we're not the kids. Anyway, Appelhang and Kang are the original directors and co-creators. Are set to direct a sequel. The first one took like 9 years to like get off the ground and get everyone on board and stuff. It's been like they've been cooking it for a really long time, and they're set to direct the sequel together, which is great. And also, it's one of those few times where I actually think, like Sinners, it's so obvious that it's a standalone movie, but I think with K-pop Demon Hunters, I think the whole universe and concept is so huge, and we also don't know anything. We don't know anything about the other two girls really. We only know about Rumi and like her struggles. And also, I was looking on Letterboxd, my first port call, and they're both. Appelhang is an original writer to. They both are original writers to to this weird little film which is called Debut, a K-pop Demon Hunters story. And then its release date and description are to be announced. So it sounds like another fun little K-pop Demon Hunters project. They're both Appelhang has directed Wish Dragon. I've never heard of it or seen it, so I really want to see it to see if I enjoy the rest of their work. But other than that, it's directorial debut. Kang hasn't done anything before this. This is actually her first, like nothing before. But they're so involved, like they've done like story and like wrote it together and co-created it and stuff. Maggie Kang saying that Rumi was actually created for another project, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, really?
She was created for another project, and then that ended up not happening, and then she brought them into the K-pop Demon Hunters universe. Yeah, I just love it because I know it sounds like it's been overdone, but I feel like it really hasn't. It's like a really strong female story where like at the heart of it is literally friendship. Like it's not, I don't know, it's like it's one of the first times in animation for sure where I've seen a band of like girls this close that I actually think resembles some of the female friendships that I have. It meant a lot to me in that regard because I was watching it and when they were like couch time or like just like these really simple stuff like the arguments and the
Yeah,
and
I
the and the
guess.
humor was so I don't know, was so you can tell that it's been written from a place of like experience and I don't know, it was brilliant. Um
Yeah, I didn't connect with it as much as you, but I thought it was good. Like, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I didn't love it, but I thought the animation was really cool. It's really cool that like kids are so into like a culture, like like Korean culture. It's got a lot of
Yeah, that's
elements
the
of
other
Korean
thing. That's
culture,
the
like
thing.
in.
That's my next point is you can write down.
Let me
So
scroll down on my word document.
Genu's Tiger, dubbed Derpy Tiger, um, is
The blue
based.
one.
Yeah,
That's so cute. I
Derpy
love that bit.
Tiger. Um, yeah, is based on minhwa, which is a traditional Korea folk art, which was big during the 17th and 19th centuries in the Joseon era. And the paintings were a symbol of hope, prosperity, and well-being, which is often used in bright colors. And I just love it because it's such a good. Obviously, it's set in South Korea, embraces like the Korean culture, and it's such a beautiful way of like of educating like young kids on like the different cultures that are out there in such a subtle way. Like he's just like a silly tiger, but then there's all this like massive history behind this like derpy tiger as they've called him. The whole concept of and maybe this is just a me thing and I haven't seen anyone else agree with me. But with Rumi's like scars that she gets when she starts turning into a demon, I always really connected with the way she looks. Like when she looks, when she finally like becomes a demon after that horrific like performance that she does. One of her eyes turns a different colors. When she's backstage, one of her eyes goes like yellow. It's just this like hunching thing, and like all of her like scars start to glow, and it's just for me seeing purple scars on a girl's body, but also at the end the answer isn't that they just go away.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I
like
feel
it.
like that is the answer for so many, or that is the natural, or not even natural, but that's the arc that often happens in those kind of films where like it just goes away.
Yeah, it's a problem.
You
Resolve it.
just like have clear skin and then it's fine, you
Yeah.
know. And it's from I don't know. I for me they look like stretch marks. I don't know. That's just. And I remember from a really really young age, like seeing that I had stretch marks and being like, oh my god, I'm like broken or something.
Yeah.
This is crazy because I had no idea what they were. And I was like, this can't be good. That looks so odd. And I was like, Mom, this is a problem. And then she was like, no, that those are stretch marks. Like they're normal, and they're so unbelievably normal. Yeah, I still don't see any like representation in the media or whatever. And I know that they're not stretch marks, that they're demon whatever, but like she still carries on living with them and it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
And it was always
I mean, it's what you want it to be as well, isn't it? Like,
it's whatever,
yeah.
like whatever my that's what my brain wanted to take from
Yeah.
it, and that's what I took from it. Um, yeah, so that was nice, and I guess I connected with it on that level. From like own experiences, I suppose. And then this is a really fun fact I think you'll enjoy. Leah Salonga, who is best known for her theatre work and for being the singing voice for Mulan and Princess Jasmine, voiced Celine.
No
I
way.
know, I didn't know this either.
Who's Celine again?
She's the aunt.
Oh, yes.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah. And the other thing, I think, oh, and also the movie consists of the most costume looks ever in an animated movie.
Really?
Yeah, divas with their outfits.
Really? That's crazy.
Really fun fact.
Mm.
And also the other thing I thought was quite interesting is that the K-pop band Twice, they have lots of Easter eggs throughout the movie. They're like posters of like Twice, and like when they're looking at whose songs are at the top spot, there's Golden, and then there's a Twice song next. So there are lots of like Easter eggs, and obviously Twice did some covers on the official album release, and then when Twice went on tour and then started performing the songs from K-pop Demon Hunters live, and it was like crazy, it went viral, it was a huge success.
Yeah, I'm sure they sold out.
Yeah. I just think it's so interesting. It's this really cool like mesh of like reality and fiction where like you kind of have this like you kind of have your own huntrix kind of performing live, and it's like really interesting. And
I bet they're like on That's a good financial decision for
Yeah.
them.
I bet Sony are
Years to
kicking
come.
themselves for like signing this off to Netflix anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's so interesting, and the way the music's been topping the charts like it does in the film. Like it's this really weird. I feel like everything's kind of got
mesh.
confused between what's real and what's not. And also, and now they're actually contending for the Oscars, and it's kind of insane, like how well this movie's done. And I maintain the soundtrack. I listen to the soundtrack all the time, and Paul Ash has to listen to me singing with it in the shower. But it is a really good soundtrack, and it's written by some of the best K-pop composers in the industry, and it's such a huge collaborative project. Like really, like dozens and dozens of writers and producers have worked on it, and you can tell because it's such a wonderful like amalgamation of many people's ideas rather than like one kind of like dominant voice, and it's really really good. And I just think everything in it, because maybe it took such a long time to make, or we could argue about what the reasoning is, but everything in this film, it's I don't know, is there's so much thought behind it and so much love behind it, and I love the character arc as well. Like I love that. It kind of sounds a bit not maybe depressing, but I love that Genu dies. Like that he like steps in the guy like he like steps like he like protects Rumi, and then from the because she's like breaking because of like her scars, and then when she's like fighting the big like demon fighter with like her like weapons and stuff, he like it sounds stupid, doesn't it? Like, and then he like I don't know, it felt like the right place for that to go, and it was hard, and like it's kind of an instance where I kind of feel the same way when we watch some films where Dash is like no this should happen, or it's like no, and it's like no this, it's like a difficult thing to happen, but it's definitely like the right thing to happen, and it's like it's like the I don't know, it's like the ultimate, it's the ultimate sacrifice, and it's people, it's him, it's huge for him because it's him finally deciding to put someone else first and do what's right. Because he kind of like lies to himself, he lies to everyone, being like, oh, like he lies to Rumi. He's like, oh, like I sacrificed myself for my mum and my brother, and then it's like, no, you didn't.
It's an act of selflessness.
I love the animation style as well. I love that it's so like anime coded with like some of the facial. I think it's just such
like frame, like animation frame rate. I don't know about it, but like it looks like
it's such an epitome of the best that animation can do in like a modern era, which I think is just
I don't love the design of the main three girls. I think they're all a bit skinny, but
I mean,
I think everyone's a bit skinny. I think everyone's
No, I agree on that front. But also, if you look at girl K-pop groups,
well, yes, I understand.
You know what I mean.
I just think everyone's too skinny these days.
We'll get there one day. But for now, it's a really really good film, and I've got a poster on my wall, and I keep like turning around to look at it. The weapons the girls use are inspired by real like Korean artifacts, and they have like a strong connection with like traditional weapons and shamanistic culture, which is really cool.
I like how when like culture is woven into the storytelling by people of this culture. That's very cool.
Very cool.
Very
so
cool.
Guys, we're finally
Sinners. Managed to wrap it all the way back around.
And we can still have an early-ish night.
Yay!
Inshallah.
What? 2025? Guys, what a year for film. What a year for horror. What a film for black cinema.
Insane.
What a film for changing the value chain in Netflix. Like, yes, we talk about like AI's on the rise, AI film, what's going to happen. Let's look at the positives, guys. And I know that most of the films in the box office are sequels or remakes or reboots, but
I didn't talk about Elio.
Oh.
Can I really quickly do it?
Please.
So, I went to see Elio whenever it came out, July, August. And I have a fun story. I watched the trailer, which was shit. And I put it on my story and was like, what the hell is this? And then Gabby
mentioned
responded to my story and was like, you haven't seen it, it's a really good film, I just saw it and gave it like 4 stars, like don't like swear it off just because you haven't seen it. And then I was like, really upset with myself because I was like, oh, I just got put in my place by Gabby. So then I turned to my mum and I was like, Mum, we're going to see Elio, and she was like, okay. So we all went to see Elio, and it was a good film. I think I gave it like 4.5,
Wow.
4. Like it, yeah,
that's a great film.
yeah, it was a good film.
I've seen nothing about it apart from what I've heard from your
Yeah,
mouth.
exactly. Like, it's so annoying because it sometimes feels like Pixar don't want to. I don't know if it's Pixar. I don't know who to blame here, but it feels like whoever does not believe in some of the original content, because it is a really good film. Yet there was no marketing for it anywhere.
Yeah, no, there wasn't.
No buses. No one knew it was out other than me because I'm a Disney buff. Like, me and Gabby were the only ones who went to see it. Like,
I think everyone's tired of the bean mouth syndrome.
yeah, I mean, I completely agree. The animation style does need to be fixed and taken a look at. But like, aside from that, the storytelling was great. The color palette was so pretty, and the story was adorable, and it made me cry, and it was great. And I was so irritated because it freaking flopped. It was such a disaster at box office. It was so annoying because it's such a valuable story for like kids to be learning and seeing, and it's I don't know. But then I did some research into what it was, like the process of it being made, and turns out that the original creators of Elio left, and it's kind of unclear as to why, but it's basically, don't sue me anyone because I don't really know. Rumor has it is that they created this very queer coded character, and then execs turned to them and were like, no, we can't have this with young kids, and stripped all of that back. New directors came on board who have done previous work like Turning Red or Luca.
Yeah,
like
it
that
looks like
team
Luca.
that team came back and took it on and did create a good film, but it does make me wonder what was the original film we were gonna see, because I can kind of see, I still kind of got the queer coded character anyway, but maybe that was just me like reading it too much.
Oh my god, it's definitely not. If there was if you're going to make a queer film and then you say like, actually fuck you, and turn around to the people who made it and then we're like, fuck you, we're going to take your thing anyway,
and then they left.
I can't
even imagine what it takes for directors to leave their own film.
I know. And then you're just left with the husk though, that you have to like feed wood into the fire of to try and keep alive. The bean mouth as well, stop it.
Yeah, stop with the bean mouth. What's going on? That was my only criticism of the film.
Hashtag cancel bean mouth 2026.
Yeah, I've seen so many like video essays analysis of like people being like, get rid of the bean mouth, please. But yeah, no, it was a good film. It's a shame that it didn't get the reception that I think it deserved, but what are you gonna do?
Even though a lot of the films that came out this year and that topped the box office were reboots, sequels, and live action remakes, you gotta look at the positives. A lot of good indie film came out this year. A lot of good,
it's just about going out and supporting like the good indie stuff that is going out.
You gotta go support. You gotta go to the cinema and support, because I know we've mentioned box office numbers in this episode, but box office isn't determined a good film, as we've seen with Elio and these things. But box office definitely does help.
It shows what audiences want, and also shows what will get funded in the future.
And also be aware, like, you as an audience member hold the power, like you know.
Yeah, where you choose to spend your money.
Yeah, don't go and watch Lilo and Stitch.
It's gonna go on streaming in 2 seconds anyway. Don't stress.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this long ass episode.
This is going to be so long. Rachel's going to be crying all the way through because it's so freaking long, because it's editing. Blech.
If you've chosen to watch this to recap your year and go into 2026, thank you so much. We hope we did a good job. As we said, it was very like British and American cinema, but
we're sorry.
We're sorry, but these are the things we've chosen to talk about. Maybe we'll do different episodes if you have critique. Yeah. We're very sensitive, so if we got some numbers wrong, be generous. We're students.
Yeah.
Which I won't mention again. Oh, but thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, we love you all. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Spotify. Rate us on Spotify because that's really, really useful.
Follow us on Letterboxd.
Follow us on Letterboxd, Instagram. We're very active on all of those platforms. Follow DVD Diaries' Letterboxd if you want to see what we're watching before we announce it anywhere.
Sorry for any tech issues.
Santa's gonna fix it. Don't worry.
Fix it. We're sorry. It happens every episode. It's literally out of our control. What do you want us to do? I'm sorry.
And also, guys, freaking Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Kind of crazy as we go into 2026. Oh my god.
Look out for our episode where we talk about what we're looking forward to in the year of film next year. We hope it's great.
We hope it's good.
You spend your money where it's needed.
Yeah.
We hope you support black and indie film. We hope you support international film.
Yeah.
Oh, I am looking forward to 2026, but stick around for an episode where we talk about it.
Yeah.
We gotta go to bed. Thank you for watching. Thank
Love
you for
guys.
listening. Goodbye.
Yeah.